how do you steal customers from your competitors without a massive marketing budget, without VC funding? In the video last week, I showed you how to find them in the first place. But once you find them, right, what do? First is you send them emails. Outside of that, what can you do? I put together a video on how to run ads and blog content targeting this specific audience. The audience that you know is under competitor 1, using competitor 2, using competitor 3, and you already know why you're better than each of these competitors. So you can run a targeted ad to the customer of your first competitor with a message about why you outperform the specific weakness they have. Or asking, right? This could literally just be an ad saying, let's say that your competition has a really poor sync to their CRM. You can run an ad about the challenges teams face when they can't sync to their CRM. I'm just pulling an example, right? But you think about what that does for your customer. One, this is the best ad you can run, right? This is super targeted. This is better than anything anyone from the LinkedIn ads or Google ads team can promise you, because it's targeted to a problem that you know that they're struggling with. Second thing this does is it gives you the illusion of being that company that's either VC backed or has the insane marketing budget. Think about your experience as a customer when you're going through your business on LinkedIn, on Google, and you come across an ad for a company you've recently been thinking about. That immediately stands out and makes you think, hold on, like they've managed to target me and I'm actually thinking about them. This might be relevant. Maybe you even click on the ads. Even if you don't click on them, it leaves a favorable impression. And if you don't have the budget to run ads at scale to where your entire target market can see you, at the very least, you want to be able to run ads at the customers of your competitors so you can stand out and leave an impression even on a smaller budget. Think about the most relevant prospect at the company. Here we're looking at, this list was for e-commerce, so you can see what the job titles are like. Your list will look different. The only relevant columns here is going to be the email and the LinkedIn. So column E, column I. This is all you need as far as ads go. If you were running emails, you would need everything here and much more. But for the purpose of what we're going through today, we're going through running ads and running SEO for the purpose of winning over your competitors. This is all you need. We'll start with ads first. Ads you can break down into Google, Facebook, LinkedIn. I know there's TikTok, there's Instagram as well, but we're when it comes to B2B, these are the big three that people will speak of. I think 2 of these are relevant for what we're talking about today, and 1 isn't. Because we are using professional email addresses. And so you personally, right, you probably browse Google through your work email address. You probably use that for your LinkedIn as well. I'm guessing you don't when you hook up your Facebook, your Instagram, and any other social media browsing. And so I'm going to focus on how to make advantage or take advantage of email and LinkedIn specifically. If you don't have, let's say you have emails but not LinkedIn profiles, or you have LinkedIn profiles but not emails, jump into Clay real quickly, hook that up with People Data Labs. I like this the best. Snove is, I think, the best for enriching LinkedIn profiles. I ran this earlier. I don't know why it died now, but we got what we needed anyways. We got the LinkedIn profiles that are relevant for these accounts. That's first. I'm going to jump into Google Campaign Manager here and then show you how to run a campaign targeting the emails that we've already pulled. Let me go back to the old. I'm just curious. Let me go back to the old design because I don't know how this new one works anymore. And once I'm here, my face because I'm eating up all this screen, real estate on the screen. Oh, this is the small. Okay, I'll just move my face out of the way. Once I'm here, important to note that I think search ads are the best. You could do YouTube, you could do a whole bunch of stuff because Google is powerful, but I think search is going to be the most relevant because of the use case. Again, think about how you behave as a customer. That's what you're trying to zoom in on. Jump onto tools and settings. And once you're here, click on Audience Manager. And what we're aiming for here, again, is the best, most relevant campaign you can run. It's a campaign to your competitors saying effectively, right, I'm building Sniply, the CRM tool, and I'm targeting you, and I know that you're using this CRM, and I'm telling you this CRM sucks, right? I could run an ad saying, are you upset because your sync on your CRM doesn't work well? And they'll say, oh my God, how did you know? Yes, my sync does suck. We know that because we know that you use whatever CRM you're using. And so once you're here, you've got the audience manager open. My face is in the way again. I might just X out of it. Okay. Click on plus over here and add your customer list. And what you want to do is upload a file manually. Once you're here, important to note, we're going to go through the same thing 3-4 times. All of them need CSVs effectively. This is a Google Sheet, but I've saved that into a CSV already. Just know ahead of time that you're going to be dealing with CSVs. And I'm going to say, okay, Sniply competitors. If you haven't seen the first part of the video on how we built this list in the first place, definitely watch that. That's in the profile. Let's say all customers. And what I want here is to upload emails specifically. And so that's what I'm going to click on. And I'll browse onto the CSV that I've already saved. I've called it the built with target list. I'm going to click open here, agree to their compliance, continue. And so there's already issues because they don't need the first name, the last name. They just care about the email. And so I'm going to say, yep, fix, upload. You can literally just upload a CSV with just one column and it will work correctly. And so this is done. And from this point, you can now run this campaign. As far as the copy, the add the graphics, we'll leave that there. But this is now, you can run that campaign against, if you remember last time, let me open that sheet. So what I wanted to be able to do, right, is to go here, go to all these competitors that I've researched already, and run a campaign on all the mailer customers with a similar message about the issues that they're facing and what you do better. They will feel that this is so unique, this is so relevant to their day-to-day issues, compared to if you just ran an ad on why Sniply is a great CRM. And this is cheaper to run because you're only sending this to mailer customers. You're not sending this to your target market of 10,000 companies who use a CRM. So this is how you do this for Google. What's better than Google? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is cracked because there's much more intent built into LinkedIn. Someone who's on LinkedIn is there to learn, is there to engage. And there's a reason why LinkedIn ads are typically more expensive than Google ads. I'll jump in here. So this is LinkedIn's ads campaign manager. If you haven't created an account, create one, sign up, go through it. It will bring you to this page where you have all your campaigns in one place and everything else here on the left. And so what you'll do is click on open up plan and click on audiences. The whole thing again and again is to get the audience that you're looking for. And you don't want a predictive audience. You want the audience that you've created already. And so from the sources, you want this to be on a contact level. You're not retargeting any of your own content. You can do that, but not for display. And I'm going to call this again, Sniply competitors. And the list, you can target companies or contacts. We want contacts. Contacts are so much more relevant because you can then say, send this out to the CMOs of these companies that I've already pulled, right? You don't want to leave that step with LinkedIn. You want to take care of that step yourself. Contact list, select a list. LinkedIn is a little bit different from Google in that it's more strict about the headers you use. So download their template that they give you. I have done that already in our CSV file, and I've named the headers, but it'll tell you here, right? You need to call your first name column as first name, everything lowercase. It'll show you. So just download it, click on it, select your list. I've clicked on it already. I've got to adjust my headers. But once you upload it, you can now run, again, it's the same thing. Run the same play. I want to target all of Mailer's customers, but I'm going to target them rather than on the basis of their email. I'm going to target them based on their LinkedIn profile. So this is super specific, right? I know who they are. I know what their LinkedIn profile is, and this is guaranteed to make sure that Aaron at ZoomGet will see my ad. I have the LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn will make sure that step is taken care of. So Google and LinkedIn are very similar in this regard. You're building a custom audience to run targeted ads on. And this is why this is great, right? A lot of companies will you can talk to any marketing agency in the world, and they'll tell you that they love working with VC-backed, VC-funded startups because they'll raise 10 million and immediately look for ways to blow it. This works if you're not there yet, because it doesn't take 10 million, a million, 100,000. These are very select, targeted ads on a list that you've spent lots and lots of time preparing, right? The cost is the research you do up front, which is what we covered in the first video. Now, the iterations you need are quicker and faster because you're already honed in on the most specific messaging you can land on. So that's Google ads. That's LinkedIn ads. I mentioned last time, right? What if you're unable to create this list in the first place? What can you do within Google? What can you do within LinkedIn to go after the companies that you want to target without knowing 100% who the customers of Mailer are? And you can still run a play on that for your ads. So what I do here is, for the companies you work with, look for LinkedIn posts. This is still within the LinkedIn ecosystem, and you want LinkedIn posts about the specific topic, the product you're building around. If I jump onto LinkedIn here and I type, so this is, again, Sniply is in the CRM space. I'm going to type the word CRM as a post just to see what crops up. And this is just a quick, kind of lazy version of this for the sake of the video. Take more time than I do. Search for posts specifically. And you can make it more specific. You can search for the name of a feature, let's say you're looking for. You can search for the word perhaps new CRM. But this will give you a bunch of posts. I'm going to keep scrolling until here. Let's see this. Okay, shout out to Valentine. Shout out to Find Email. Great product. Not quite a CRM, but we'll use this as an example. What you can do here is see everyone who's engaging with this post and run ads on them specifically. This is completely free to do. All you need to do is spin up. Actually, well, you might have to pay for PhantomBuster, but what you do is click onto PhantomBuster and search for phantoms here. PhantomBuster is the OG tool. Before there was Clay, before there was all these scrapers, PhantomBuster is where everyone was at. It's still super useful in select cases. And what I'm going to look for is LinkedIn and see. I guess I've searched this already, so it knows. Great search. That's awesome. Scrape leads from LinkedIn profile posts. This is what we want. We feed a list of posts into it. And here, let me upgrade for a sec. Sorry, I hit refresh. And so this is, I'm doing this on the free tier. So you can do this for free as well. I'm gonna click on Browse Phantoms, and we want the phantom where it'll let us scrape leads from LinkedIn company posts, profile posts. So learn more. This is the one we want. You want this on a profile level because, I don't know, companies don't really post that much. You can do this for companies as well. If your competitors are, that actually might be better. Company posts might be better than profile posts if you have a company that gets traction on LinkedIn. That's not as common. In profile posts, you will get a percentage of people who just like the person but don't care about what they're actually building or selling. The company posts will usually be a true list of people who care for and follow the company. So I'm going to click on use this flow. And this is going to be from my profile. So this must have changed recently. This used to be one post at a time, but now it's you can identify the profile you want as opposed to the post itself. This is actually better. So again, sorry, Valentine. It won't just be a single post from you we're using. We'll be using a couple here. Let me copy the profile. Sorry, what am I doing? Copy the profile, paste this in, and I'm going to add in my LinkedIn's. So I already have the Chrome extension. This should allow me to connect right away. Awesome. That's me. I'm going to hit save. I don't care for comments. I care about likes more. And yeah, let's say I only want posts that were published after today's July 4th. So I'm going to say anything after in the last couple months, let's say. And I will switch this on. Now, look, PhantomBuster takes time. It's not going to scrape this all in one go. LinkedIn has limits. But I would come back in an hour. And this is how they bill you, right? It's based on runtime. But check in on it. And within an hour, maybe a bit longer, it would have a full list of everyone who's engaged by liking any of Valentine's posts. Valentine's not quite a CRM, but just for the sake of the example, that's how that would work. So that's another way that you could get LinkedIn profiles if you're unable to pull up this list here. Right? If you're unable to scrape this list yourself, this is just another creative way to figure out who might be following the posts on this profile. Another way you could do this is, now this is sneaky. This is a little bit gray hat. I would not encourage anyone to do this. But if you were to go onto LinkedIn, what you could do, if let's say, right, I really wanted to scrape, I like my guys at Instantly. We use Instantly. Shout out to them again. But if I was building against Instantly or any company, what you could do is create either from your own LinkedIn profile or from someone else's. Again, I don't recommend you do this, but it's been done before. Not by me, but it's been done before. This is something that exists. And with this profile, add their work experience as Instantly. And what that would let you do is, for whatever company you say you're an employee or part of, you're able to scrape who else follows the same company that you work at. And so by doing this, you'd be able to see who is following Instantly, who is following competitor one, who's following competitor two, and you'd have access to their LinkedIn profiles. Again, this is very gray hat. I don't recommend it. I don't want to get in trouble. But that is another option that's out there. Behave responsibly. This is my disclaimer. Anyways, these are 3 different ways that you can pull a list of profiles, whether it's through what we talked about earlier or the current approaches, and you can run super targeted ads to these names. Outside of that, what you also could do is ads is one side of it. The second side is SEO. You want for people to be searching for key terms. And when you look at your competition, right? Let's say my competition is Instantly, let's say, or I said CRM, right? So let's say close.io. What you could do is no thank you, no notifications. Sign up for Ubersuggest. There's a couple of other tools that do this. We found Ubersuggest to be the lowest in terms of price. And just search for competitor one, right? Let's say close.com. I like these guys too. But if I'm building a CRM, they would be my competition. Um, and to show you just how to get there, right? You create an account on Ubersuggest, click onto keyword research. I was already on the page, sorry, but that'll take you to the page you need to figure out what their SEO is like. And once you're in here, right, it'll give you a bunch of good content. But what's really interesting once you scroll down is what keywords are they ranking for? And this is a team that does a great job, right? Their position is 1, 2, 3 on a couple of, I don't know what's going on with sales farming. What is that? This cannot be a useful. I mean, 7,000 visits. It is useful. Close obviously the best, but you can, right? The more you pay for Ubersuggest, you can also see more information. I'm on I'm on the first tier here, but this is a way where you can look at what terms are all my competitors ranking for. Step 2 then is to write great content around that topic and jump on top. You want to know, right, what they're ranking for. The other SEO strategy is simply listen to your prospects, the terminology they use on your sales calls, and rank for those terms, right? That's just pure SEO. But competitive SEO is just to beat out your competition on the terms that you know that they rank for. They probably tried really hard to rank here. And so you're going to have to try really hard as well, right? But this is content is a long-term game, right? You could just pay for Google Ads and pay for key terms, but this is the competitive play. The second part of SEO is you ideally want a page comparing you to each of your competitors. Some you might have 1, 2, 3 competitors. Maybe it's not intensive effort. Some of you might have more. To scale this, you could use V.com. V.com, what it lets you do is basically brings in AI into your SEO, right? So it'll let you generate content basically through either a workflow or through a spreadsheet where you say, this is the specific content we want to build out for. If you were to want to build out hundreds of blog posts or hundreds of use cases, you start off with your original blog post, right? This is why we are better than close.com. This is why we are better than Tool2. But then you can completely expand this, similar to how it shows out here, right? How do we compare to close.com on feature X, on feature Y, on feature Z, and just build out that content through sheets effectively. They use AI to expand on it. This is a complicated version, and they don't show you their pricing, so it's probably expensive, but you don't need to use it this way. You can literally just put out a blog post yourself, right? CMS, Webflow, $15 a month, and put out a page comparing your product to, if not all of your competitors, at least the 4 that you figured out here, right? At the very least, you should have that as a page because people will search Snipply versus Mailer, Snipply versus close.com, and everything else like that. So this is how you run ads at your competitors' customers. This is how you steal your competitors' customers through ads, through SEO. I'm going to be putting through a step-by-step guide to cover the part 1 from last week and part 2. I know video is hard to follow, and this video is already 21 minutes, so I don't know who's still watching. But it's going to be a long doc that goes step by step with the links for everything. If you want access to the doc, shoot me a message or watch out for a post LinkedIn where I'm going to drop it. Thank you for watching.